Welcome to the Atacama Desert, a land of unparalleled beauty and enchanting landscapes. Join us on a thrilling 7-day camping adventure as we explore the top 10 sites this mesmerizing desert has to offer. Number 1. The Moon Valley. Located just 10 miles west of San Pedro de Atacama, the Moon Valley is one of the most interesting places you will ever visit. As you drive in, you're immediately presented with a breathtaking view. Vast stretches of rugged terrain bathed in warm hues of copper, gold, and fiery red. All around you, the eroded sandstone and rock formations, sculpted over millions of years by wind and water, create an awe-inspiring spectacle that transports you to another world. Interestingly, the name Moon Valley comes from how similar the landscape is to that of the moon. As you hike through the ancient canyons, you'll encounter towering sand dunes, jagged rock formations, and salt caves.
We found this really cool little oasis in the middle of the desert. The one tree and shade.
A common feature not only of this valley, but almost everywhere in the Atacama Desert are the salt deposits. You can literally find salt crystals everywhere. The entrance fee is $13 and you can get to the Moon Valley in multiple ways. You can rent a car, you can come as part of a tour, or you can rent a bike for the day and ride it 10 miles from San Pedro de Atacama. However you get here, make sure to pack water and snacks since there is literally nothing here other than sun, rocks, and sand. Number 2. San Pedro de Atacama. There are only a few towns in the Atacama Desert as you would expect, but the small town of San Pedro de Atacama sits in the middle of everything.
What's up, everyone? San Pedro de Atacama.
A little oasis in the desolate landscape of the desert, San Pedro de Atacama was once a small trading outpost for fishermen from the Pacific coast and the mighty Incan Empire. It has since grown to become one of Chile's most visited tourist destinations, thanks to its great location. With a population of 3,900 people, this tiny town acts as a base for most of the tourism in the area. Not only is it centrally located, it's also the only place to get gas, water, or food for miles in every direction. There are no airlines that fly directly to San Pedro. The nearest airport is in Calama City, and you can fly directly to Calama from Santiago de Chile and then drive the 65 miles east to San Pedro. As you walk through the narrow streets, you will encounter many markets, artisan shops, and little cafes. The relaxed energy of the town is very contagious, and its friendly inhabitants happily welcome visitors from all around the world. The town of San Pedro is very small and very easy to navigate on foot. Bikes are also available to rent at the majority of the town's tour agencies or hotels for around $10 per day, allowing you to visit sites like the Moon Valley without the need to book a tour or hire a car. Number 3. The Rainbow Mountains. The Rainbow Valley is 40 miles north of San Pedro, so it only took us about an hour to drive. Well, halfway there we ran into a herd of llamas that were just hanging out next to the road. Surprisingly, they were not afraid of us at all, and we were able to get really close to them. As you enter the Rainbow Valley, or Valle del Arcoiris as it's known in Chile, the landscape quickly changes from flat and open terrain to towering cliffs and rugged rock formations. The rainbow in the name comes from all the different colors that you can see across the hills of the valley. The main colors you can see are red, brown, beige, green, yellow, combined with the white salt and the blue sky. These colors show the richness and different concentrations of clays, salts, and various different minerals. You can see all the different colors as you drive through the canyons, but you really appreciate the full spectrum once you see it from the skies. The Rainbow Valley is not just a visual delight, it's a peaceful oasis in the desert. Take a moment to breathe in the fresh air, listen to the gentle breeze, and feel the sense of tranquility wash over you. This is the perfect escape from the hustle and bustle of the everyday life. And the best part about it, there's no entrance fee, which is really cool. And by the way, don't forget to stay until sunset. As the sun dips below the horizon, it casts a beautiful golden glow over the valley, creating a stunning spectacle that you won't want to miss. Number 4. The hidden Baltinache salt lagoons. Finding the hidden Baltinache salt lagoons is a little tricky. Although they're only 15 miles south of San Pedro, there isn't a proper road to follow. You're mostly off-roading for the last few miles. There were actually a couple of times we thought we were lost, but we finally found a sign pointing to the site. After we parked, we found this really cool wooden trail that connects all the lagoons together. After walking for about 10 minutes, we saw the first lagoon and we were blown away. The contrast between the crystal blue and emerald green of the lagoons and the whiteness of the salt was truly amazing. There are actually 7 lagoons in all, but in order to preserve the site, you're only allowed to swim in 2 of them. Diving into the mineral-rich water was very refreshing. The water was super cold, but it felt amazing coming from the 95-degree sun of the desert. Because of the high salt content in the water, you're able to float easily, providing a unique and therapeutic experience.
It's actually really cool. The water is very cold, but because it's so hot outside, it feels amazing. And then the salt makes your skin tingle. Yeah, all my skin's tingling.
It's like having your very own natural spa. It was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
You don't have to do anything. You can put both of your hands out of the water, both your feet out of the water, like I am right now, and you still float. It's amazing. You can just go and have a nap here.
Definition of zero gravity.
When you plan your trip to the Atacama Desert, make sure to include this beautiful site in your list of places to visit. By the way, the entrance fee to the lagoon is only $13 per person. Number 5. Piedras Rojas. To reach our next destination, we drive 100 miles south of San Pedro into the mountains close to the Argentinian border. The 2 hours drive through the hills and mountains are worth every minute, and the views of the landscape are amazing. Once you arrive at Piedras Rojas, which literally translates to red stones, you'll find a narrow trail that takes you for about a mile all the way down to the Salar Aguas Calientes. One of the most striking aspects of the Atacama Desert is the richness and contrast of colors, and nowhere is this contrast more apparent and stunning than at Piedras Rojas. The bright red rocks next to the blues, greens, and whites of the Salar, with the mountains on the horizon, is such a beautiful landscape. An ideal spot for nature and landscape photographers. Being up in the mountains meant that it was pretty windy and somewhat cold, so be sure to bring a sweater with you when you visit. This is one of the few places in Atacama that you can enjoy completely for free. You can also find several points on the main road where dirt trails veer into the plains of the Salar, and you can drive all the way down into the open flats. We had an amazing time just walking and taking in the vastness and emptiness of this incredible place. And if you're liking the video so far, make sure to like this video and to subscribe to our channel today so you can keep up with our travels around the world. Number 6. Los Flamencos National Reserve. Los Flamencos National Reserve is a nature reserve located 75 miles east of San Pedro de Atacama, right in between Chile, Argentina, and Bolivia. The reserve covers a total area of 300 square miles in the central Andean ecoregion and consists of 7 separate sections. The best way of really appreciating the beauty of this natural refuge is to follow the scenic route. As you drive down Road 27 towards Argentina, you'll find 5 viewing points, or miradors as they're known in Chile, where you can stop to take pictures and enjoy the view. Each one of the spots marks a different ecosystem with different plants and animals. The main animals that dwell in this area are the guanaco, the Andean fox, flamingos, condors, and eaglets, among others. If you're a nature lover, this is a must visit for you. Being this close to nature and being able to just forget about everyday life's problems as you walk around this majestic place is something we all need to do every now and again.
We found this little lake in the middle of the mountains with a whole herd of guanacos.
And donkeys, right?
And donkeys.
Yeah.
It's about 50 guanacos and maybe 10 donkeys. This is really cool.
There's no entrance fee to this site, but you do need to have a card to visit or maybe come as part of a guided tour. Number 7. Geysers El Tatio. For our next stop, we need to have an early start. We wake at 4 o'clock in the morning and head high and deep into the mountains to visit a mystical place.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're on our way to El Tatio Geysers right now.
Nestled high in the Andes Mountains, El Tatio Geysers is the 3rd largest geothermal field in the world and is the highest place in the world where you can see geysers. Exploring El Tatio is like stepping into another planet. As you venture through this geothermal wonderland, you'll encounter colorful mineral deposits, geothermal ponds, and thermal springs. The geysers, with their bubbling pools and steam, offer a mesmerizing sight. The white plumes of steam rise against the backdrop of a volcanic landscape, forming a surreal spectacle that seems straight out of a sci-fi movie. The geothermal activity at El Tatio is a good reminder of Earth's incredible power and the forces that shape our planet.
This is so cool. It's like being in the surface of another planet.
It is a captivating destination for geology enthusiasts, adventure seekers, and anyone who appreciates the wonders of nature. One thing to remember when you visit is to wear many layers. You're going high up in the Andes Mountains and it will be cold.
I think that one's supposed to be the El Tatio geyser, but it smells like rotten eggs in here though.
The geysers are a 2-hour drive north of San Pedro de Atacama, and you need to be here before 7 a.m. if you really want to appreciate this amazing place. By 8 in the morning, with the sun rising and the temperature going up, the geysers slowly disappear and stay dormant until the next day. The entrance fee to El Tatio is $20 per person. Number 8. Chacabuco Abandoned Town. Located amid the barren desert landscape, Chacabuco tells a story of hardship and resilience. Founded as a salt pepper mining town in the early 20th century, It is one of the many abandoned nitrate or salt pepper towns in the Atacama Desert. Unlike the other ghost towns in the Atacama Desert, Chacabuco became a concentration camp during the Pinochet regime in 1973. To this day, it remains surrounded by approximately 98 lost landmines left by the Chilean military when Chacabuco was used as a prison camp. Today, it stands as a sad reminder of a forgotten chapter in history. As you wander through the deserted streets, you will encounter crumbling buildings, dilapidated houses, and rusted machinery, all swallowed up by the unforgiving desert. The eeriness of the abandoned town creates an atmosphere that is both haunting and captivating. Exploring Chacabuco allows you to imagine the lives once lived here, the dreams and aspirations of the people who call this place home. Chacabuco is located 135 miles southwest of San Pedro de Atacama on the way towards Antofagasta. If you don't have your own set of wheels, there is no easy way to get to Chacabuco, so you need to rent a car or participate on a guided tour to visit this site. The entrance fee is very low, it's only $3 per person. Number 9. Antofagasta Beach. Next, on an impulse, we strike west, for no apparent reason other than why not? We decided to drive the 250 miles that expand the Atacama Desert, and we arrive at the ocean on the Pacific coast. Literally from the top of the Andes to the beach at Antofagasta, and we arrived just in time to set up our tent and watch the sunset.
Today we decided to camp by the beach. We drove complete opposite of the desert. I mean, we're still surrounded by desert, but we're at the ocean side. It's beautiful here. We're about to sip some wine and watch the sunset.
Cheers.
As the day comes to a close, prepare to be mesmerized by a breathtaking sunset. The sky transforms into a canvas of beautiful colors, the reds, the oranges, and yellows, painting a magical backdrop as the sun dips below the horizon. The next morning, after jumping in the water for a quick swim and packing up, we head back to Atacama for our last day in the desert.
This is the morning of our last day at the desert. Well,
Yes.
technically we're not at the desert anymore. We're at the beach, but we now have to cut through the desert to get back to the airport and fly to Santiago. But this is what we woke up to. Amazing. Yes, beautiful.
Number 10. Hand of the desert. The hot and empty Atacama Desert stretches for hundreds of miles on both sides as you drive down the Pan American Highway, undisturbed by any sign of human activity. But about 45 miles southeast of the Antofagasta town, this monotony is broken by a sight even more alien than the desert itself, and yet definitely human. A 36 feet tall hand protruding out of the sand. A small gravel road leads from the main highway to the sculpture. There are no signs or information or entrance fees, just a giant hand stretching from the sand and reaching up to the sky. This captivating sculpture, created by Chilean sculptor Mario Irarrázaval, has become an iconic landmark in the Atacama Desert. Its remote location adds an element of adventure and exclusivity to the experience. The meaning of this sculpture is unknown. Some people say it represents human vulnerability and helplessness, while others say it's about mankind's ability to rise no matter what the circumstances. But like everything in art, everyone will view it differently and should form their own opinions.